Hello, my friends. In the United States, feral hog populations have exploded to more than 6 million across 35 states. How do American farmers manage and breed these wild animals to produce sustainable sausages? Discover how these farmers do it in our farming documentary. In the United States, wild pigs are mainly raised in southern states such as Texas, Florida, and Georgia, where the wild pig population has skyrocketed due to the favorable climate and vast countryside. Texas alone is home to an estimated 2.6 million wild pigs, making it the state with the largest feral pig population. Across the United States, the wild pig population exceeds 6 million, with 35 states reporting significant populations. Farmers in these states are increasingly turning to controlled raising and management of wild pigs around natural habitats such as forests, near rivers, and around lakes. In these confined areas, they can roam freely and develop most naturally according to their species characteristics without causing any negative impacts or affecting human life. The open environment allows wild pigs to be healthy, agile, and have strong survival instincts, producing high-quality pork with a more distinctive flavor than closed farming methods. Wondering where human intervention comes from in such open farming? The next part of our documentary on farming will answer your questions. Like video and follow our journey. Wild boars can breed year-round, with peak breeding season occurring in late fall and early winter. Similar to domestic pigs, wild boars have a gestation period of 115 days and give birth to around 4 to 8 piglets. However, instead of being weaned and separated from their mothers, wild boar babies stay with their mothers and develop the skills they need to survive. This is where humans come in. Farmers monitor and observe them to support their development in a timely manner. Suggest information you would like to learn about the wild boar farming process on farms below this agricultural documentary so we can develop future videos. The process of transporting wild pigs is a critical step that farmers must manage carefully, as you'll see in this farming documentary. Before loading, the pigs are herded into holding pens using sturdy gates to keep them contained, with each pig often weighing up to 400 pounds. From there, ramps or chutes are used to safely guide them into livestock trailers designed for transport. These trailers typically hold about 10 to 15 pigs per section, ensuring enough space to prevent overcrowding and injury. This farming documentary highlights how minimizing stress during this process is essential for the well-being of the pigs and the quality of the meat, showcasing how farmers maintain control from start to finish. After being transported to the processing plant, the wild boar meat processing process begins. Usually, the pigs have been stunned before processing. The pig carcasses are hung on hooks for the convenience of the workers. They proceed to remove the hair and skin of the wild boar due to their hardness and thickness. Specialized tools are used by the workers to flexibly create cuts along the joints and run along the entire body of the wild boar. The skin on the back of the wild boar is carefully used by the workers using hand tools so as not to affect the fibers of the loin. The head and internal organs are also removed along with the skin. After that, the workers wash the pork under high-pressure water to completely remove any remaining impurities and debris. Next, the workers filter and separate the meat on the pig's body. The butt and thigh meat are also separated. They are stored in cold containers to ensure freshness for the sausage processing process in the next part of our farming documentary. Don't take your eyes off the screen. We're taking you to the Wild Boar Sausage Factory right now. Once filtered, the wild boar meat is transported to a specialized sausage processing factory equipped with modern machinery. Upon arrival, the meat is first ground in industrial-grade grinders capable of processing up to 2,000 pounds of meat per hour. After grinding, the meat is mixed with a precise blend of spices, salt, and other ingredients in automated mixing machines that ensure consistent flavor profiles. The seasoned meat is then fed into sausage stuffing machines which can produce thousands of sausages per day, shaping the mixture into natural casings. Each batch typically spends around 2 to 3 hours in the process, ensuring that all sausages meet the factory's quality standards. Temperature-controlled drying rooms are used to cure the sausages for a specified time, ensuring optimal flavor and texture. Finally, the sausages are packaged using high-speed vacuum sealing machines and labeled for distribution, ready to reach stores across the country. This process, highlighted in the farming documentary, showcases the efficiency and precision of modern sausage production. Wild boar sausage has been steadily gaining popularity in the U.S. due to its unique flavor, leaner meat, and growing demand for specialty and gourmet products. The meat's rich, gamey taste appeals to food enthusiasts looking for alternatives to traditional pork sausage, especially in upscale restaurants and artisanal markets. Additionally, wild boar sausage is often marketed as a more sustainable and natural product, given that wild boars are free-ranging and often raised without antibiotics or hormones. In recent years, the wild game meat industry in the U.S. has seen increased consumer interest, with the wild boar market contributing significantly. Restaurants and grocery stores across the country now feature wild boar sausage, with some estimates showing that the market for exotic meats, including wild boar, is growing by 7 to 8% annually. This trend, highlighted in this farming documentary, reflects the rising demand for diverse and environmentally responsible food choices among American consumers. Leave interesting comments below the farming documentary to discuss with us. Don't forget to subscribe to Trending Farm and turn on notifications to explore more interesting topics in the agricultural industry.
There are about 200 species of moray eels, living in tropical and temperate waters worldwide, from 1,000 feet below the surface to shallow tidal zones and in fresh and brackish water. Some species prefer to live on sand, coral reefs, or rocks. Moray eels are mainly active at night and rely on their sense of smell to hunt. Japanese moray eels can grow up to 6 feet long and weigh up to 66 pounds. Moray eels are covered in mucus that helps them slide into hiding holes and eliminate parasites. Although moray eels can be considered fish, which may seem strange since they do not have pectoral or pelvic fins, they do have gills like many other fish. The moray eel's strange mouth, used for breathing. Some species of moray eels have rounder teeth, which also contribute to their ferocious reputation. Although they usually do no harm unless provoked, the moray eel's feeding style can be a nightmare for large prey, such as fish. They can knot themselves around their prey and use a second set of jaws in their throat to swallow. Their size varies from less than half a foot to more than 8 feet. Moray eels can live up to 2 decades, dispersing their eggs into the water, where the larvae develop into adult fish after a year or 2. They are carnivores such as fish, squid, shrimp, and crabs. Comment number 1 if your first impression of this animal is fear. Like the video if you think this animal is adorable. Actually, moray eels are not commonly caught in Japan. Fishermen call it a nuisance and of no use. There are many difficulties in the fishing process, along with low consumer demand, because moray eel meat is quite tough and has many bones. In addition to inspection, there are also protection regulations. Some countries and territories, including Japan, have issued regulations restricting moray eel fishing to protect this animal. Normally, they are only caught a few days a month to reduce competition for fishing grounds. Most moray eels are caught mainly by seine nets, fishing nets, and fishing. They will fish for eels at night when they come out of the coral reefs to look for food. Only an experienced worker and thorough understanding of this animal can catch this eel easily. If you are curious about these techniques, please leave a comment. We will produce a video to share more clearly. Although not an animal with very high economic value, moray eels are also very popular in Japanese restaurants. Mostly because of curiosity about this animal that resembles both a fish and an eel. This is the process by which chefs prepare moray eels. If you find it useful, please like the video to encourage us. Moray eels are taken out of the tank and left outdoors at normal temperature for about 3 to 5 minutes, causing them to faint, convenient for handling. Next, the chef will use the ikajime technique to process them. You are wondering what technique this is, right? It is a technique originating from Japan in which the fish is processed and immediately drained of its blood to slow down the process of decomposition and deterioration of the fish flesh. They hung the eel on the hook while preparing the tools. After 30 minutes, the chef continues to use a new technique called shinkejin, which uses a special wire-shaped device to destroy the bundle of nerve spinal cord that runs along their upper middle bones. This method avoids the fish feeling aggressive or stressed, prevents the reduction of ATP, a molecule in the fish's energy source, and is also the source of umami taste and prevents deformation of the eel's abdomen. To complete the threading process, the eels are washed and dried. The worker uses a knife to begin removing eel meat from the spine. Remove their internal organs. At this point, he removed the eel's head from its body and proceeded to separate the bones. Moray eels have many small bones hidden in their flesh, not visible to the naked eye. Starting at the top, cut along the eel's back and belly to open it up. Continue cutting deep into the flesh, making sure not to break any bones. After cutting open, use a knife to carefully separate each small piece of bone from the meat. Use tweezers or your hands to pick out all these small bones. The worker must constantly check the eel meat to make sure there are no bones left. This process requires dexterity and precision, because moray eels have hundreds of small bones and are difficult to handle without the right technique. With experience, chefs can separate moray eel bones quickly and effectively within just a few minutes. Once all the bones have been separated, the moray eel can be prepared into a variety of delicious dishes. When it comes to Japanese cuisine, sashimi is essential for experiencing the freshness of the ingredients. For moray eel sashimi, the thick skin is cleaned, boiled for 5 to 7 minutes, then chilled in ice water to stay crispy before being cut into small pieces. Part of the eel meat is cooked on high heat, while the rest is sliced thinly and arranged on a plate with lemon and green onions, ready to be enjoyed with soy sauce. This unique dish offers a fresh and distinct culinary experience. Moray eels are also used in anagi-don, a dish of grilled eel marinated in kabayaki sauce, served over sticky white rice, often with toppings like fried eggs, pickled cucumbers, dried seaweed, roasted sesame, and shredded green onions. Another popular dish is anagai no tempura, featuring eel in a crispy tempura crust served with cool tempura sauce, cucumber, perilla leaves, and pickled ginger. Additional delightful dishes include hitsumabushi Nagoya eel rice, anagi no suppu eel soup, and anagi no kabatoyaki grilled eel head, all of which attract diners with their unique flavors. Moray eels are marine fish with high nutritional value, offering many health benefits. They are low in calories and fat, making them suitable for a healthy diet. However, there is a risk of mercury poisoning, so choose and consume them carefully. Due to their difficulty in catching and processing, moray eels are often more expensive than other seafood, ranging from 36 to 72 USD per pound in Japan. Despite this, they remain a popular topic among culinary critics and foreign diners in Japan. Have you ever tried this delicious dish? Subscribe to our channel and share your experience. If you're interested in learning about the processing of other animals, leave a comment below.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. So since we don't really have any clue of what kind of difficulties that you could be facing in your farms, please don't forget to share all the problems you're facing and obstacles you're going through, as this will tremendously help us with our upcoming videos.